Hello and welcome to the Media Men Movie Review. This is the podcast where we review and watch all kinds of movies that you may have forgotten about, have watched it a long, long time ago, or maybe you haven't seen it yet. So always remember, this is a spoiler warning. We will be talking about these movies. If you have not seen it, go and watch it before we talk. I'm Ben, and I'm joined with my co-host Grant.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. A little chill though. I'm kind of cold. I'm wearing a tank top and I'm like freezing down here.
You should probably put a sweatshirt or a long sleeve on.
I mean, I've got a blanket covering my legs, which I'm currently wearing shorts.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
So Ben, what? Oh, I guess since you invited me here, what movie are we reviewing?
We are reviewing the Robots movie, the one with Robin Williams, Ewan McGregor, and Halle Berry, and so many others.
Oh, dude, I have not seen this movie in such a long time. That's why I was like super excited to like go over it and stuff.
Yeah, me too. It's been at least 5 or 6 years since I've last watched it.
Oh, I remember the McDonald toys back when this movie came out. I remember the yellow one, Piper, for some reason, like the most. She's the one I remember the most for like the McDonald toys.
I'm not sure if I've seen those McDonald toys, but I was watching the movie again, and that yellow robot, kind of cute. Not gonna lie.
Ooh, Ben.
I was kind of rooting for Rodney Copperbottom, the main character,
Mm-hmm.
to get with Piper instead
Ah,
of that super fancy lady.
yeah. All right, so before we start digging into it, um, I'm gonna read like the promotional description that's on like the back of DVD boxes and stuff.
Yeah, go on
All right,
ahead.
all right, here we go, boys. Fasten your seatbelts and gear up for a hilarious, heartwarming comedy that's fun for the whole family, said by Clay Smith of Access Hollywood. With the help of his misfit mechanical friends, a small town robot named Rodney embarks on the adventure of a lifetime as he heads to the big city to pursue his dreams and ultimately proves that anyone can shine no matter what they're made of. Featuring an all-star voice cast and a groundbreaking visual style that pushes the boundaries of animated filmmaking, Robots is a dazzling, fun-filled feast for the eyes and a riveting good time for all ages. Ben, I just want to say right now, I hate all of the stupid puns in this description.
What do you mean? They're
I hate them.
great.
I hate them so much.
Well, robots have rivets, and like, come on, the puns are great.
Fasten your seat bolts. Are you kidding me?
Okay, yeah, that one's right in the line.
that was
Yeah,
that was kind of a stretch.
I approve of the description nonetheless.
So yeah, so I mean, I guess we kind of talked. Like, is there anything else like that you like knew about the movie like beforehand or anything?
Not before watching the movie. The
Mhm.
first time, of course, I've seen it many times. It was my favorite movie growing up, but before watching it the first time, I had no clue.
Yeah, I honestly like I knew like bits and pieces. Like I remember bits and pieces of it, but like I didn't like really remember it that well. Like sometimes I even forgot it was a movie.
I mean, it wasn't ever a movie that was widely talked about, but anytime you bring it up to someone, they know it. It's
Yeah.
it's it's sort
Mhm.
of it didn't really have a lot of promotion to it, but at the same time, it was still everybody watched it.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Mhm. All right. So are you ready for some of the fun facts? Because I've
Yeah.
got a couple, and I know we were talking before. I know that you're gonna love a couple of these. All right. So, fun fact number one: this was the first movie to feature the official trailer to Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith,
Like
which
in
also was starring Ian McGregor. Uh,
Ian,
oh, sorry,
excuse you,
Ewan, whatever you say it,
you
Ewan.
Don't
Ewan,
don't
Ewan.
respect my favorite actor like that. Come on.
uh, it was starring him, where it was reported that Star Wars fans paid tickets to see robots, only to leave when the trailer for the movie was over.
What?
They walked in to just watch the trailer for Star Wars Episode 3 and then got up and left.
That's terrible. It's such a good movie.
What is Star Wars? Heck yeah, it is.
Well, that, but robots. Why wouldn't like if you just go to see the promotion for Star Wars, like why wouldn't you also see the movie that you paid for?
Well, I mean, back then, movie tickets were probably like what, $6, $5.
Yeah, honestly, they
I mean, it's
would.
not. I mean, I could personally never do that. I mean, I'm already gonna pay for the movie. I might as well just sit and watch it.
Exactly. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I mean, although there have been a handful of times where I have wanted to get like absolutely just get up and walk out of a theater, but I mean, watching this movie, this is not one of those times that I would do that because I thinking back, like I would have enjoyed it. I like this stuff,
Yeah.
but that's just crazy. All right, next fact. So for the role of Fender, Seth MacFarlane, Seth Green, Billy Crystal, Dave Thomas, Bruce Willis, and Danny DeVito were all considered for the role.
In my opinion, the only person out of those people that could have done Fender justice, other than Robin Williams, is possibly Danny DeVito. Other than that, I don't really think they'd be a good fit for his outrageous hijinks and whatnot.
Well, I mean, I could see. Okay, the only person on here I really couldn't see doing is Bruce Willis. Why
Oh
would
yeah,
Bruce Willis, the man from Die Hard, be playing Fender?
bro's gonna go kill some chop shop robot.
He's fact number 3. This movie was Robin Williams' first acting role since 1996, Ewan McGregor's first voice acting role, and Mel Brooks' first voice acting role.
What was Robin Williams' voice acting role the right before Robots?
It was Aladdin and the King of Thieves, the straight to video one.
Interesting.
Because yeah, like he played Genie in the first Aladdin, and then didn't come back for Jafar's Return, but then reprised his role as Genie in Aladdin King of Thieves.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And I can't believe like those 3 guys, like they are crazy. Like Mel Brooks, this was Mel Brooks' first voice acting role, and he's a comedy genius.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised that he never did it. And I know we talked about this earlier, but like, dude, was it Ewan? Ewan, right?
Ewan McGregor.
I didn't even know Ewan McGregor was in this movie. I know we talked about how I didn't know. I didn't even realize it.
I mean, well, he does a decent American accent to where you can't 100% tell it's him, but at the same time, Ewan McGregor's just got such a sincere and honest voice that he could play pretty much any protagonist that he gets his hands on.
Like in the movie, basically, he's like, "What's his name? You were the chosen one, Big Weld."
Obi-Wan, just
You're
Obi
supposed to help the robots, not destroy them.
Obi-Wan Copperbottom.
Obi-Wan Copperbottom. Copperbottom, you're my only hope. Oh my god. All right, then here. This one will give you a little good. Fact number 4 is in the UK, Aunt Fanny had to be renamed Fan, as in Fanny is a common UK slang term for the word vagina.
Oh, yeah, it is. I remember seeing that.
How do you get how does Fanny, like, I mean, as an American, I don't understand how Fanny can be a word for that. Because I
Yeah,
mean, just our mentality is, you think of word Fanny, you think of butt. It's like the complete opposite part of the human body. It's the other side.
Yeah, it's just completely different. Like, why in God's name in Australia a barbecue? Well, stereotypical Australian word for barbecue is Barbie.
Well, that makes sense though. It's kind of like, oh, let's get some shrimp on the Barbie or whatever. Like that's okay. Like that makes sense, but like because it's still using the word like barbecue, it's just kind of a different way of saying it.
When I think of barbecue, I don't want to think of a girl's toy, girl or boys. Sorry, generally a girl's toy.
You don't think of a little girl's toy when you're thinking of barbecuing up some ribs?
Nah, no, the wrong kind of ribs.
Wrong kind of ribs. I just think that's crazy. Like remember that? I mean, the most infamous line from this movie is Aunt Fanny. Like, so did he just go like Aunt Fan? That's so weird.
I have no clue. I'm with you. I don't 100% understand the different just slang and dialects of other countries, but that's just how it do be do sometimes, you
It
know?
is what it is.
He's what he
I
is.
wonder if they had like, I wonder if they had everybody like redo, like if they did like had everybody like go back and like voice, like redo their whole like lines whenever they talked to her.
I mean,
If they said Fanny.
they don't they don't 100% say Aunt Fanny a whole lot. They typically just say, "Oh, she's got like, man, she got a big butt and it's in the way all the time." When that Big Weld likes them big badonkadonks. So,
Oh, yes. Oh my god, you have that ending bit right there. That was pretty good.
oh, I love the ending so much.
Uh, all right. So now the final fact and number five. So I went online to kind of figure out how to do like the math for like movies because I saw that like if you want to get a movie's true budget, and even though this is like air quoting true because no one really knows what the actual budget is of a movie unless the studios release it, which they never do. But they usually say to multiply the movie's budget by two because that's about what they would use for advertising the movie and other things
Okay.
other than just making the movie. So, if we take all of that into account, the movie made $260.7 million in the box office, and for it to break even, it had to make 150 million. So this movie made $110.7 million as in net profit.
I mean, again, even though it wasn't super advertised, it's still like you talk to someone about it, they know about it. It's
Except for it's
super
like
well
it's I mean
known,
it's well known
and
as in it's in like the back of everybody's mind. Like you have to like mention it and then it'll like pop out and be like,
yeah,
"Oh wait, oh yeah, that movie existed. I remember watching it."
it's no Endgame where everybody's like, "Oh my god, Endgame was so good!" Like everybody knows about Endgame, but it's still like kind of like that movie Elf with Will
Like
Ferrell.
what? Like everybody like knows it but those don't
Just
remember it?
everybody knows it,
Oh.
but they don't really talk
Mhm.
about it, and so it's not really brought up a whole lot, and so it tends to linger in the back of people's mind.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a couple of movies that I have like that. Obviously, I can't think of them, but I
Yeah,
guarantee you that if you mention them, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that movie."
I mean, shoot, one movie that people tend to forget about is the cartoon Robin Hood.
Which one? This one from the 70s?
Yeah, with the
Bro, what do you mean? Maid of Marian, bro.
yeah, but people don't talk about it, and so it lingers in everybody's mind. You bring it up to someone, and they'll be like, "Yo, I love that movie. It's so good." But
That's like
it's
one of my favorite movies.
exactly, it's an amazing movie, but people just don't talk about it, so it tends to linger in the back of people's mind.
People also dog on it for like the reuse of animation during that time in Disney.
Yeah,
Have you seen those videos where they like show Like how the animation was like reused from like older from like Jungle Book and stuff.
I have not seen anything like that.
Dude, you should go look those up. Guys listening, you should go look that up, like look up like Disney reusing animation. They did it a lot from like the 60s and like 70s stuff. It's crazy.
Well, you know how much time it takes to sit there and animate everything?
I understand, but I'm just saying that like it's crazy like how much like they reused like straight up characters. Like they reused Baloo from Jungle Book, and it's literally the same character design as Little John from Robin Hood. Go look at it and change my mind. Change up
Yeah,
the colors a bit, and it's the exact same.
but again, it's understandable. You,
I understand why they did it. Cut corners, make it faster, turn the movie out faster, and it's cheaper too.
it's still one of the best movies ever.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this. Let's start talking about this movie, Ben. And I want to say that the first thing, you know how in the first in Warcraft when you complained about how the father son thing like was like kind of garbo,
Yeah,
dude. This one gave me chills. I had goosebumps at the end of this movie on how well that father son dynamic was.
oh yeah. I don't know if Ewan McGregor and whoever played the dad in the movie were related or anything, but they sounded so similar but different enough to just sound related.
Like the just and just the way that like the dad was just acting for his son and like how the son was like talking to his dad, it's like it was such like a loving bond almost. It was so
You
good.
could hear how much like the actor for Daddy Copperbottom was so good that you could just hear the sincerity and the love in his voice whenever he acted for him.
I know, and dude, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about that. Like that ending, I was that ending like when they were talking right at the end before the whole like parade scene, like I was just hair on end, just goosebumps. I was like, "Oh my God. Such a great connection."
Absolutely.
So good. Anything you noticed or whatever?
I noticed how great the and I know everybody talks about Fender and everything like that, but I noticed how amazing the comedic timing was in the movie. It was enough to break away from all the serious and the whatnot and the like storytelling, but it still just sort of stayed on point.
Mhm.
Again, also being just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, the well, see, Ben, I'm gonna have to kind of disagree with you on this. Don't hate me, but I thought that some of the jokes I felt like Robin Williams and like other and like the writers and stuff were just throwing stuff at a wall hoping it would stick. Like there were just so many jokes. Just bam 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 bam.
In my opinion, I think a lot of them hit. Of course, some of them didn't. Like, of course, at times that it felt like there was just a bit too much.
Well, yeah, I felt like sometimes it also pulled it away from how serious like they were trying to get with the story
But
too.
I like the smaller jokes, like whenever Fender was in the chop shop trying to escape, and he was on the conveyor belt, and he had lost his legs, and he picked up some other random legs, and then next thing you know, pops out a big old skirt. I thought
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
No, yeah, that bit was funny, but there's like I don't know, there's just like sometimes where it just didn't hit, just didn't like mix with like the mood, it didn't mesh well. It felt like it was just coming out of left field almost. It was weird.
You know what? We'll just have to hit an agree to disagree on this one.
No, I don't like that was my just like major gripe with the movie was the comedy. Like it some of it hit. Like I'm not saying the movie wasn't funny. Because there was some pretty good there was some pretty good there were some pretty good bits that they had. It just didn't fit. It felt like I was being tugged away from the story or from the movie. It was weird for me. And man, let me tell you, I love me some Robin Williams, but I don't know, like I don't know. He did a good job. It just I don't know. It just didn't fit the movie almost.
Yeah. Just remember, Grant, never try, never fail.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Well, you also don't fail 100% of the shots you don't take. That, that's one of the mottos in the movie of one of the like give up robots.
Oh, it was? Oh, I didn't even notice that.
He sat there and said, "Never try, never fail."
Although one of my favorite lines in the movie is obviously Aunt Fanny.
Oh,
We have guessed.
that's an easy win.
Easy win, 100%. Best line in the whole movie. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
I growing up, I the whole motto of Big Weld and Rodney Copperbottom, the whole see a need, fill a need. Growing up, I had no clue. I just couldn't understand that motto. The words didn't click, and so I was like, "Yeah, see a need, fill a need." It just I had no clue what I was saying, but I was like, "Yeah, see a need, fill a need."
Let's go.
Exactly. And so I just go on, and my mom would be like, "What are you talking about?" Like, see a need, fill a need. Like, do you even know what you're saying? I'm like, no, but see a need, fill a need.
That was honestly a really good kind of message in the movie. I really like the message, how
Yeah,
it like and honestly, it's like a message for like how to become like an entrepreneur almost.
yeah.
See a need, fill that need.
Shoot, freaking Elon Musk it up.
Yo, Elon Musk is Big Weld. Change my mind.
Brother saw a need, he filled that need real quick. Need more
Yeah, the people wanted flamethrowers, and you know what he did? He gave them
people
flamethrowers.
need a polymer a polygon truck, and that's what he gave them.
See, this man knows. He knows what the people want. We want that polygon truck. He gave us that polygon truck.
Exactly. Brother knows
See,
stuff.
the brother knows. Brother knows. See, another like another thing I didn't like about the movie was that weird like instant fall in love bit with was it Halle Berry robot?
I think that's her name, or that's the actress's name. I have no clue what the name of the actual robot is.
Yeah, see, that just it proves my point. Like it was just like out of nowhere
It
that they like fell in love. I don't even know if they even did or not. I mean, at the end of the movie, they were dancing with each other, but I don't know if that meant anything.
well, like the only hint to it was Big Weld. Whenever Big Weld was at the the office, and he was about to take back the company, he was like, "Oh, you and your girlfriend can stay back here." He's like, we're no, we're not. Are we? I don't know. What? Huh?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That bit.
That's pretty much all they said about it, and it was just sort of out of nowhere. They
Hmm.
wanted this whole, man, this is a good, the good guy gets the girl moment, but it was pretty forced.
Yeah, but and they also kind of pushed like the Piper with Rodney too in the beginning, and I honestly thought that they got together because I haven't seen the movie in forever. I thought they got together.
I mean, I was rooting for that.
You know who wasn't? Fender.
Nah, that Fender's her brother, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, of course he wasn't rooting. Yeah, of course. That's why he wasn't rooting for it.
Fender, what do you mean? Fender would love to have him as a brother.
As a brother? Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, they basically were brothers.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, yeah, like the animation, like the one thing that that little like promotional thing got right was the animation. Dude, that the world and the setting was like beautiful.
I was getting some serious Meet the Robinsons vibes from the world, and all
Yeah.
like the whole elaborate transportation of it all. How you had to go through these spinning tubes, and then there's the slingshot, and then whoa, to get to where you want to go. It was very Meet the Robinsons, and I'm pretty sure Meet the Robinsons came after this movie. So
I want to say they came around the same time, 2005, around the same time, I think. It was definitely after. It was definitely after.
I just feel like one of those movies sort of dragged inspiration from the other.
Oh, definitely. Like I liked how like literally like every single thing in that world was like metal or like a robot or like a gear and stuff. Like in what was it? What was the small town? Where did he come from? Rivet Town or
Yeah,
something?
Rivet Town.
Like the sidewalk was like steel with like screws or like bolts in it was like in the ground. Like the sidewalks were hell, even the phone. The phone was a robot too.
Yeah, and in Big World City, all the sidewalks were metal, and the whole hit Rodney getting magnetized after going to Big World's company,
Yeah.
and I love that scene where he's just
It
being chased.
oh oh yeah, but he's chased by like the garbage cans and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, and actually that was one of like that was, like you know how I said like I wasn't a huge fan of the comedy? That bit with like the phone was freaking hilarious. Where he called his dad and he's like, "I love you, dad." And he's like, "I love you too, son. You gotta fight for your dream or whatever." And then he hangs up the phone and the phone's like, "Your dad loves you very much. I know. You can call other family members if you pay $60 a month or whatever, blah blah blah." I thought that was so
That was a
funny.
good small little slip in.
I thought that was so funny for some reason.
If you weren't paying attention, you would totally miss that. But if you were, that was a great joke.
It was great. Yeah, that was one thing. This movie had tons and tons of like adult jokes all over the place.
Yeah. Whenever they were making, whenever the parents were building Rodney, they were like,
Making the babies the best part.
"You the delivery, but lucky you, the making the baby's the best part." I was like, whoa.
Honey, and they're like, "Honey, didn't we get a boy?"
He's like, I think there's an extra piece. He's like, well, we did want a boy, didn't we? That was awesome.
That was so funny. Also, the bit when Rodney was a baby, he was crying, and they just turned him down.
Every parent wishes they had that with when their kids were growing up. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt.
I know that like when I eventually have kids, I would love to have that feature.
Probably will have that feature soon enough.
Ooh,
Need for
Ben,
speed.
see you needs villainy. Go on a Shark Tank with it.
Just a baby audio modifier. You ever tired of your baby whining and crying all the time? Well,
You don't want to lock them in the room next door.
well, do we have a product for you?
Yeah, that was really good. And there was a couple of like also like all like the Aunt Fanny things, like all like the jokes about her big butt and stuff. Like those were all super like they were super obvious, but like for kids that would go over their head. But they weren't even subtle. They were just super obvious. But luckily, kids are dumb.
Whenever Big Weld sees Aunt Fanny for the first time, he's like, "Who's the dame and who's the dame with the?" And then Rodney, he was Big Weld was talking about something else before, and Rodney says, "Well, why do you ask?" And Rodney was talking about the thing before, but Big Weld thought he was talking about Aunt Fanny, and so he was like, "Well, I'm a big man, and I like ladies with a lot of junk in the," and then he just cut off from there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so yeah, that was a pretty good bit too. But oh, one more thing, did you go look through like the cast for like this movie at all?
I
Like other than kind of like the big ones?
I did not.
Dude, there are so many big named people like in this movie that are just like like even they're just like minor characters even. Like Drew Carey was in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, he was somebody. Who else? Who else? Who else? Like, oh, there was somebody else. Like, oh, they had like Terry Bradshaw, the Steelers Steelers quarterback and Fox Sports announcer or whatever. They had Jay Leno. He was the fire hydrant.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I could hear that now.
They also had like Al Roker. I'm pretty sure he's like a news person, I think, if I'm right. He was like a mailbox. They had this other guy that I know from a bunch of other TV shows. Like they had just a bunch of they had Randy Jackson in
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
Ton of like big names, small little like roles like you're in there.
I would not be surprised if they were super super expensive or super cheap, whatever. I mean, obviously, people are not gonna just reveal that or put that out,
Yeah,
but
no. But like robots kind of I don't know what the creators were thinking like if they were banking on this being like a huge movie or not. Like I mean like sometimes when you're making a movie you can kind of be like, "Oh, this is going to be like the greatest masterpiece of all time." Or you're making a movie and it's kind of like we're just trying to make a buck or whatever almost. And maybe try to make a franchise out of it, see how it goes.
yeah, there are a few movies that are like that, and it's disappointing because there's a lot of potential in certain ideas.
Mhm. Yeah, I think like I was reading and like I guess like I don't know when some of these facts were made, but like I was reading one of the facts and it said like this is like one of like Blue Sky Studios like non-franchised movies.
Yeah.
Al Although like I wouldn't say it's like the only one, but it's like one of the few of their movies that wasn't like a franchise, like wasn't franchised out to do more.
hmm I was surprised to see that it wasn't DreamWorks that did the movie.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was a DreamWorks movie before I found out it was Blue Skies. I thought it was going to be a DreamWorks movie.
It's very reminiscent of DreamWorks animation.
It's got like a DreamWorksy sort of like vibe to it almost.
Yeah.
And then you found out it was done by like Blue Sky, and it's like, oh, well, never mind then.
Mr. Blue Sky.
But like the animation was like again like I agree with like that animation though was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It was really good. The setting was beautiful. I think it was nominated for I think a couple of awards maybe for like for its animation because it was really good.
Yeah. The characters really moved well too for for
And
being,
like
for not being a franchise.
yeah, like they got so many like small details like you could see like the rust and stuff on like some of Rodney's like hand-me-downs from like his like cousins and older and like you know I guess it just was her like his cousins and stuff.
Yeah, it's just it's cool to see all the detail that goes into everything. And
Mhm.
I'm a huge advocate for um, animation, just because I personally tend to play a lot of video games, and those are just an absolute marvel to experience and even just exist. And so I sit there and I enjoy all kinds of all of the how the characters move, how the lighting works, and just the animation in general is just so outstanding, and the technology that's come along with it is just out of this world.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I am a huge animation fan. Like I love the different styles there are. You got your 2D, your 3D, your stop motion, your hand drawn stuff and or your flash animation and I mean obviously like everybody has their preference taste, but some of those things that those people can do with the people who excel in that animation style is crazy.
Absolutely. The one big movie about animation is Meet the Mitchells, and I understand that that's a relatively new movie, so I won't try and spoil it for anyone who wants to possibly watch it. At
Oh, I love that movie. I watched it like 3
Yeah,
times.
at some point they come in the main characters come in contact with some robots, and you could see like that they end up breaking the robots, and you could see the little wires sticking out of the robots heads, indicating that they had broke the robots. And
Yeah.
a lot of studios would not go to that extent to help sell a story. But uh,
It's all about those small details. You can tell if a studio and company is trying their best if they do all those small minor
oh,
details.
absolutely.
Like again, like this, like the movie Robots, like everything in that world was robotic. Like everything, like it was crazy. Like again, like everything had gears, or it was metallic in some sort of way.
Yeah, I'm one thing that kind of confused me while watching the movie was how I understand that it's for selling the humanity of the characters, but how do those robots feel pain? Yeah,
I have no
kind
idea.
of confused me for a bit. So, and again, of course, it's they did that to help sell the humanity and the personalities of the characters. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, you should not have done that," but I'm just like, I wonder why. Wonder.
Dude, I want to know uh, the main bad guy Ratchet. He straight up said like the main. I guess he's not like the main bad guy, but he's like the side main bad guy with like his mom. But his mom straight up was, "Hey, let's commit genocide."
Exactly. Let like let's just take away essentially healthcare for all of these common people. I was like, "Geez, Louise."
And then not only let's take away the healthcare for them, but let's kill them and then reuse their bodies.
Yeah, I was like, "What the heck?" These people
Freaking
are crazy.
crazy.
Like for being a kids movie, deals with killing people quite a bit. Maybe should have been PG 13 or something.
If that movie was PG-13, there would have been way more risque jokes.
Definitely.
Actually, that was another fact that was on the sheet that this was the fifth ever rated PG movie.
Ever?
Ever.
Really? I I
Yeah.
would not expect movies to not have come that far.
Well, I mean, like the way that movies are rated have changed a lot over time.
Yeah.
Like like oh wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it was a PG animated movie. That doesn't make sense. I take that back. I retract my previous statement. That's not right.
Okay. I was like, what? I have a hard time believing that that was the fifth ever PG
No.
movie.
Maybe it was like the fifth ever PG like animated movie. Maybe that was it.
That
Or something.
sense because it was right on the incline of animated movies.
Yeah. I mean, I was about to say like going back like how like the movie rating system has changed. Like the movie Airplane was made in like 19 like 70 I think or 1980 was rated PG and there were straight up like frontal nudity in that movie for a PG
Oh
movie.
my god.
Yeah, have you not seen that movie?
No.
I thought we've seen that. You haven't seen Airplane?
No.
Oh, we might have to do that one later.
I think no, no, that was something else. Yeah, I have not seen Airplane.
Oh, we should definitely do that movie later. That's gonna be such a fun movie. It's like a Mel Brooks movie. Like it's like a Spaceballs style movie. Like that kind of parody sort of thing.
Yeah. I was whenever you were describing it before to me, you it seemed a lot like The Naked Gun.
Yeah, yeah, the Naked it literally has the main guy from The Naked Gun is in that movie.
Okay, yeah, that
Was it yeah, is it Leslie Neeson or something like that?
oh, I have no clue.
It's something like yeah, he's in Airplane.
Okay, that makes more sense for explaining it before.
No, he's in that movie and that movie is 10 out of 10. We should definitely do that movie later.
I'm down.
You're down for whatever? Nice. All right, Ben, well, any final thoughts before you give your rating?
Before, if you have not seen it, go watch Robots. It's an amazing movie. Definitely recommend it. Go watch any other Ewan McGregor movies because he's amazing.
You plugging him in here.
Yeah, he's my favorite actor aside from Jack Black. Brother's amazing.
Uh,
What about you?
um, I mean, some final thoughts, I guess. I mean, like the story was really good. I really liked the story. The comedy was a little iffy. Some of like maybe like 1/3 of the jokes hit it for me, but other than that, didn't really do it for me. And don't get mad, but this is a hot take. I honestly think we could have had the same story without those side characters in it, without Fender or Lug or Wheelie Orange Dude or even Piper. I think we could have had the same story if they weren't even involved. Don't that's just a hot take.
Pa-
That's just a hot take.
They were more for comedic relief.
I didn't feel like they pushed the story at all to me.
Aside,
Other than the final scene when Piper comes in with like all the other hurt robots or whatever.
yeah, and the only other time I would say they contributed was whenever Rodney's fixing up all the common robots.
Yeah.
That was, and even then, that's a bit iffy.
Yeah, because I mean he could have just did that himself
Ex-
and just had like he could have worked out of a garage or something and had like maybe just like random people helping him.
yeah,
Nothing against like the side characters, but like they just didn't feel like they needed to be there. Like I feel like I could have watched the same movie without them there.
yeah, exactly.
All right, Ben, you want me to start this off or do you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay. All right, let's hear it. I'm actually gonna start doing this thing where I want to take like I want to like rank our movies throughout this like podcast so that like we can see like which one we've rated the highest and like which one we've rated like the lowest.
I would say robots for me is an 8 out of 10. Better than
8 out of 10.
Warcraft. I like that.
Better than more.
I'm more
Is there a little bit of nostalgia hitting you?
possibly, but I'm more of an animation man anyways.
Hmm.
I love me a good cartoon and whatnot.
I respect that. I respect that.
Res-
All right. For me, ooh. Now I love me a really good animation. This was really good animation. I loved it, and I love me some animation. I'm a huge fan of it. The characters were for the most part pretty good. I enjoyed them all.
And you love you some Robin Williams too.
I love me Robin Williams. Robin Williams is my favorite actor of all time. But the thing is though, like the jokes didn't like most of the jokes for me just didn't land. The story felt like it kept getting derailed and sidetracked a lot. And like the love interest thing kind of threw me for a loop. It really didn't make sense, didn't feel natural at all. And I'm gonna have to give this like a 6.5 out of 10.
Lower than Warcraft. Just
I, I I did enjoy Warcraft a bit more than this movie. Just a little bit more than this movie. This movie, like, it's a good movie. I would sit down and watch this with my kids and stuff, or like young people because I enjoy it. I can sit back and watch this. Robin Williams makes it 100 times better, and Mel Brooks. I love me some Mel Brooks too.
I'm telling Robin Williams that you didn't like his movie as much as Warcraft.
He wasn't even in Warcraft.
Exactly.
Listen, there are tons of Robin Williams movies that are way better than this movie, let me tell you.
Oh really?
Yes, really. Do you want me to name one?
Yeah, give me just one.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, yep. Pretty unbeatable.
All right, Ben. So the average for this movie is, drum roll please, 7.25. Woo!
Okay. We kind of just split the middle. More.
Kind of split the middle, and because of that, it actually got above Warcraft
Yeah, it did.
by 0.25.
Because
Dang.
But-
Because what?
Warcrafts are better. No, God. Robots are better than Warcrafts. Go ahead and tell Blizzard Gaming they'll come after me, and I don't care.
They'll ban you from Warcraft.
I've never played Warcraft, so I don't care.
The, they'll ban you from Overwatch.
Never played Overwatch.
God damn
Damn me.
it! Oh wait, I forgot. We forgot to do this. Who was your favorite actor in the movie?
Ewan McGregor.
Ian McGregor.
Easy. Come up with a better question, Grub.
I honestly felt that Rodney's dad was the best. What's his name? Oh, here it is. I've got it up. Stanley Tucci.
He was pretty darn good. He really
That
that.
the dad. He was so freaking good. Just how he played him, how he connected with Rodney and stuff. Like he so good.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Like again, like that, like him alone, like him and Ewan gave me goosebumps
Exactly.
there.
They're the best in the game.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Media Men, an episode where we talked about robots. If you like this podcast, give us a like or rate us, refer us. Go check us out on Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and a couple other platforms. Go recommend us to your friends. Tell them about us. Give us some feedback. We love to hear feedback, and we'll see you guys next week for another great movie. Oh wait, do we want to give them a hint about the movie?
I don't know the movie.
No, I told you the movie.
Oh, wait.
I literally told you what movie we were gonna do, and you forgot again.
Yeah. What was the movie for next week? Stop.
I can't believe you forgot.
You told me yesterday too.
I know I did. All right, okay. All right, everybody. So the hint for the next movie we do, the villains, multiple villains, the villains of this movie have something to do with being subterranean or like underground. I don't remember what the correct word is.
Incredibles 3. Wait, no, that's Incredibles 1, but at the very end.
And also Incredibles 2 at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, the villains of this movie have to do with being underground. They're subterranean. There it is. They're subterranean villains. But anyways, again, if you like this podcast, give us a 5-star review. Give us some feedback. Refer to a friend. And anyways, I'm Grant.
And I'm Ben.
And this is Media Men. We will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Media Men. Media Men. Media Men. You gotta do the robot.